Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is going to be, yes, feeling emotions is important, but ... and I'll get to the ... in a minute. Long day today. Just got done with my second group coaching call today. If you're not in the program, check it out, painforyou.com/join. If you are in the program and you're not showing up to these weekly calls, you're missing out on a real good opportunity to get to know some people, feel connected to others who are going through similar journeys, learn from each other. And if you're not able to do that for schedule reasons, please make sure to watch the replays because there's a lot of good information covered. So, I'm going to take a couple of nice breaths. Stressful day. Got about 7 or 8 emergency alert warnings on my phone between about 5 and 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. Tornado warnings, flash flood warnings. We got the tail end of that. I guess the hurricane's gone up through the United States and we're getting the tail end of it. So fortunately, power stayed on and was able to complete those coaching calls. So going to kind of relax after a long day. Breathe in the peace, exhale the noise. You may be able to hear the rain on the skylight above. Somebody asked me today, please go outside and record. And so I'll try to do that as much as I can. Sometimes the days get away from me and I find myself at night having to record. And today it's been raining all day long. So today's topic, yes, feeling emotions is important, but it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing we have to do in order to get better. So where does that belief come from that you got to feel your emotions to get better? Well, it comes from Sarno's original theory that, TMS starts as a result of repressed negative emotions. And as a result, we feel like, okay, I got to go unrepress them, and I got to feel them. I got to feel the stuff that I'm resisting. And that's wonderful. The challenge comes into play that many of us who have been around the TMS block a few times have done that many times for a long while. Many of us have been to therapy. Many of us have done deep trauma work. Many of us have got a really good grip on our emotional world, but yet we still have symptoms. So here's my analysis of kind of what happens. First of all, I don't know that the reason you still have symptoms today is the same reason that they may have started months or years ago. So Sarno's theory was probably right, that these emotions, primarily rage, were perceived by your brain as too scary and dangerous, and when they start bubbling up to the surface, the brain creates pain as a distraction. Now, is it truly a distraction? I don't know. That's his theory. We can't really assume the motive of your brain and my brain and millions of other brains for people who have TMS. But when you look at the purpose of pain, the pain is here to protect us from something that the brain perceives as dangerous, then this theory holds water, right? Because those emotions might be perceived by your brain as too overwhelming, scary, and dangerous. So you need to be protected from them. And pain is quite often the only warning signal that the brain has at its disposal. How else is it going to get your attention? So, we do this feeling emotions thing. But ... feeling emotions is not the only thing we have to do. Because here's the challenge. Once we start to have symptoms, we run from doctor to doctor to doctor. We get what I call medicalized. We become traumatized by the medical system that either tells us flat out, you're broken, look, here it is in the imaging study. You have this medical label, this diagnosis, this scary prognosis. You're never going to get better. Get used to it. You'll either hear that crap, or you'll see doctors kind of shrugging their shoulders like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Nothing I'm seeing explains the amount of pain you're describing. in both cases, you're traumatized. You're left feeling like, holy crap, the doctors can't even figure it out. I must be some special kind of broken. Or, if you believe the doctors, holy crap, they're pointing at all the reasons why I am broken. And so, oftentimes, the fear and the attention we give those symptoms keeps it persistent, even if the originating stressful emotional events in our lives have long gone and been resolved or dealt with. So sometimes feeling emotions is productive. In other cases, if those events have long ago been dealt with, and now you've just got learned pain, meaning your brain has memorized these pain signals through the fear and the attention and neuroplasticity, that the brain just perceives that you're broken in some way, so it keeps it going to keep on protecting you. If that's what's going on, which in many cases is, or in some cases it's a little of both, some emotional, some learned pain, neuroplastic pain, but you still got to address the neuroplastic pain. You still got to teach your brain that your body's okay, that there's no reason for the symptoms. Because if all you do is focus 100% on emotional work, you could do that for a long time. And for about 6 months, I journaled about everything that was wrong in my life, past, present, about me, my personality types, all that kind of stuff. And I never got anywhere. I got a little bit more acquainted with myself and my emotional world, and I relived a lot of, bad experiences from childhood, which didn't really move the needle at all as far as symptoms went. And I actually journaled myself into a depression. So raise your hand, comment below if that type of obsession on finding the offending negative emotion has kind of brought you into kind of more sadness and depression, despair. And then you beat your head against the wall going, I'm writing about the same crap over and over again. I'm not getting anywhere. It may be because you've already uncovered those emotions that may have been at play when the symptoms started. And so in my opinion, writing more is the definition of trying too hard. And I learned that one from Dr. Schubner, right? Give him credit where credit's due. If you've already done the writing and done the emotional discovery and you're not getting anywhere with it, stop doing that. Shift focus towards safety. Better yet, do both at the same time, right? And so a lot of my recommendations stem around safety. Less about the emotions, less about digging up old emotions. And yes, I do incorporate in there being aware of our emotional state and giving ourselves the opportunity to experience the daily, regular emotions, the right now stuff. Yes, that is very important, but we still have to teach the brain through a number of other suggestions that I've got that we're not in danger. Our body's fine. And so yes, feel your emotions. I like the right now stuff because frankly there are no past emotions. There's no future emotions. The only emotions we have are right now. If you recall a memory about the past, you can recreate those emotions, but you're still feeling them right now. So you may as well focus on what's going on right now. If you dig up an old story, you might be able to re-traumatize yourself. Not sure how that teaches your brain that you're safe. So, not a big fan of that, but if you've never done that type of work, spend a little bit of time with it. But once you've uncovered all that you think you need to, put the pen down. It's my take. Then move on to safety. Teaching your brain. How do we do that? Accurate knowledge about what this TMS thing is. Really, really important. Acceptance that TMS is the only thing going on. Right? A belief that this is your cause of pain and a belief that you can follow a proven process to get out of it. And then it's just really a matter of consistent messages of safety. Feel your emotions to teach your brain that you can feel them and still be safe. Calm your body down. Breathe. Relax the tension from your body. Sends a great message of safety. Right? Don't buy into the negative, fearful thinking. Right? That's the mental state. When that's going off the rails, we don't have to listen to it. We don't have to believe it. We don't have to get tangled up in it. We can literally just let those thoughts go. And then, how we respond to the symptoms, in my opinion, is one of the strongest indicators as to whether or not your brain is going to perceive that these sensations you're experiencing are dangerous or not that big of a deal. So 2 examples. If you freak out every time the sensations increase or show up, you're teaching the brain that there's a reason to be vigilant. You're teaching the brain there's danger. Why? Because you're freaking out. You're in a panic. You're losing your mind. And the brain is going to say, I'm paying attention. I'm going to stay highly vigilant. I'm going to keep that nervous system super sensitive, which is the opposite effect that we want. So if you are responding to your symptoms with freak out, you're teaching the brain the wrong thing. You're teaching the brain danger. That's not a safety message. Indifference is the opposite of that, where you literally go, I know what that is. It's just TMS. I've studied it. I've done the assessments. Don't care. It's uncomfortable, but I'm not concerned by it. What does that teach the brain? I'm safe. And if you can do that with a calm, relaxed body, breathing tension out of it, feel your emotions, don't get caught up in your negative thinking. Lots of messages of safety, right? Then what do? As much as possible, shift your attention away from the symptoms back to living your life, doing normal things. It's also a message of safety because brain's going to go, hey, wait a minute, time out. You're doing normal things. I guess you're okay. You're not terribly concerned with the fact that you still may have some sensations while you're doing those normal things. I guess you're okay. What happens to this hypervigilant brain and hypersensitive nervous system when you're doing normal things and not bothered by the sensations? Starts to calm down. That's the task at hand. We don't have to go looking for a needle in a haystack, long lost repressed negative emotion from 3rd grade. It's unlikely you're going to find that one thing that's going to be the aha moment. Plus, even if you do find it, how are you going to know if you haven't yet taught your brain that you're safe through some of these other concepts I share all the time? So yes, feeling emotions is important, but it's not the only thing. Consistent messages of safety, in my opinion, are just as important, if not more so, than feeling emotions. Consistent messages of safety includes feeling your emotions, your right now stuff, so that you can teach your brain that these emotions are not the scary, dangerous things that you need protection from. So it's all kind of built into this process that I've put together. Consistent messages of safety is a real key thing in dialing down this hypervigilant brain and supersensitive nervous system. So focus on that. If you want some help, painforyou.com/join. Check out the group. Otherwise, just follow along on the daily videos, because each day I'm actually giving you a video which is a consistent message of safety. So, love you guys and gals. I'm going to wrap this one up, upload the video, get it ready for posting tomorrow morning, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.